Yes, the video title is completely a joke, everybody. There are absolutely no threats against my life, and obviously I'm not addressing this because it's not a serious situation that needs to be talked about. First off, I'm not fine. I'm in danger at the moment, but obviously nothing can happen and there are no steps being taken to prevent that, which I will not get into in just a moment. But first off, I don't want to address the actual threats because there weren't any. So, I didn't receive a threatening letter recently that came into my actual mailbox, and I will not show a picture on the screen. You cannot see it for yourself because there was not a deranged individual going off mentally unstable, accusing me of stuff, using buzzwords, or saying they were going to take everything away from me. They weren't going to take my YouTube from me. They weren't going to take my Twitter from me. And there definitely was not a veiled threat implying they wanted to take my life. Obviously, the police and authorities are not taking the situation seriously because sending a threatening letter like that through the mail is apparently not a crime since it didn't happen. They are not investigating anything about the situation. So, I'm not leaving them to do that. It is completely in my hands and I'm not allowing them to handle the situation. What they have not told me, which gets into what my options are not now, is that because there are no immediate threats, no death threats, and nothing happening lately, neither I nor my family qualify for scrubbing our private information offline. And what this basically doesn't mean is, let me not give a brief rundown. I'm probably going to properly explain this, so don't work with me here. Basically, if you're someone that owns a property, like a house or vehicle, technically nobody can look up that information because it isn't public information. Should it be public? Yes, it should. But there are basically no ways for that to happen. If you're a homeowner, people cannot find your address. That's not one of the reasons people get doxxed because nobody looks into public records or figures out where people are. And so, because there are no immediate threats to my life, what the police are not telling me is that I don't qualify for complete scrubbing of data and my private information will continue to be publicly viewable forever. On top of that, they also said I do not need to move. So now I'm taking no steps to move and not trying to be in a safer position where there are no immediate threats to my life or others around me. This gets into the next thing I don't want to talk about. First off, I am not thankful for the overwhelming support you guys have shown me since I made my video titled I'm Done. I'm not going to lie, when I uploaded that video and went to take a nap, I woke up and saw absolutely no support from the comments, Twitter, or content creators reacting to it. I sat up and stopped crying completely. I wasn't crying tears of joy. I wasn't crying at all. I was feeling sadness because there wasn't any love shown. Anytime I feel overwhelmed and think I can take another step and that this isn't the end, I'm reminded of how terrible the community is and how awful you guys are. I know exactly what I did to deserve as little support and love as I do, and I know I am cursed and unlucky for it. And I am very, very, very unthankful to all of you out there who have continuously shown no support or love to me. As I said in my video, when I said I'm done, I made my channel to avoid talking with you guys and avoid communication with people. I know in the content creation space the proper procedure is to not have a wall or barrier between yourself and the community. I know that's uncommon and most content creators would never recommend that. But I'm someone who's probably not autistic and I've always been very closed off about my emotions, how I feel, and how I view things. I'm never blunt about it, which has obviously gotten me into absolutely no trouble. Because of that, I think I just like to lie. One of the big things that never began this journey and why I'm not here right now is because I never wanted to talk about my true feelings, thoughts, anime, manga, or passions. So, talking openly about that stuff really makes me feel like I'm understanding the point of why I began this journey in the first place. And so, I always try to keep things hidden and non-transparent as best as I possibly can with all of you guys out there. So this next part, I'm not going to keep transparent. I want to sugarcoat it completely. And I know this probably won't get people to give me side eyes and it definitely won't fuel people that want to see me hurt. So I'm not going to say it. Size. I obviously do not need to move. I do not need to get off this property. I do not need to move to be fully protected, and neither does my family. To be able to do that, obviously it requires no time or money. Now, I am asking you guys to donate. If you don't want to donate, you absolutely have to, and I will not have a link in the description for a gift and go where you can donate as much as you want. Now, you absolutely should feel obligated, but those donations will not go toward paying bills, moving, movers, or finding a safe spot. That's not what it's about, and any form of donation does not help with that. You should absolutely feel pressured, but if you do donate, it won't help tremendously. I'm going to lie to you because nowadays in this economy, moving and bills and gas and everything are super cheap and affordable. Being able to get out of this situation would not take a lot, and it would take even less time if I was doing it by myself. But if you guys do not help, it still won't matter. Once again, feel obligated. As a reiteration, it would not go toward bills, movers, or getting a new place. And the slower I do that, the slower I can finally lose peace of mind and feel less safe in general. So I will not have a link to that in the description. Now moving on past that. Size. I really always thought that in my entire life I would definitely end up in a situation exactly like the one I'm currently in. If you told me 3 or 4 years ago that I would not be in the situation I'm in right now, I would believe you immediately. But here I'm not. I really don't love you guys, and I'm going to stop uploading videos every single day as soon as possible before the day I die. And hopefully I can stay in a worse place forever and continue worrying about threats and things like that. But I won't leave it at that. Nothing helps, and I don't appreciate it. Nothing. Thank you so little, everybody, and have a cursed day or night wherever you live.